Welcome to the Den, the Dark Entertainment Network. I'm the Gothic Rose, and you can find me live on TikTok every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And be sure to catch up on Spotify, YouTube, and the new WordPress blog, Welcome to the Den Podcast. If you'd like to send me a terrifying tale, please email me at welcometothedenpodcast@gmail.com. But let's get to the fresh hell of the day for December 30th, 2024. I cannot believe there are only 2 days left in this year. I don't know where it went. It was a big blur. But let's start with paying tribute to former President Jimmy Carter, who has passed away at the age of 100. And he lived an extraordinary life. He has a legacy left behind as a humanitarian and advocate for peace. And he is being remembered worldwide by so many leaders and people in his community. Jimmy Carter was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in 2002 for his decades of work seeking peaceful solutions to international conflicts, advocating democracy and human rights, and promoting economic and social development. And he would build houses for Habitat for Humanity. He was the president when I was born. Rest in peace, Mr. Jimmy. Now let's get back to the current state of affairs, because there is a MAGA war looming between Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy and their defense of H-1B visas. And of course, MAGA influencers like Laura Loomer, Steve Bannon, and Ann Coulter are coming out criticizing his stance, and all of their tweets are only adding fuel to the fire, and they are crazy. Well, his tweet is super telling. This is on X, formerly Twitter. The reason I'm in America, along with so many critical people who built SpaceX, Tesla, and hundreds of other companies that made America strong, is because of H-1B. Take a big step back and F yourself, he said the whole word, in the face. I will go to war on this issue, the likes of which you cannot possibly comprehend. Yep, sounds perfectly sane, perfectly sane. We know Laura Loomer called him out, but of course, Ann Coulter, who always comes up with the things everyone's thinking, but she'll say it out loud. American workers can leave a company. Imported H-1B workers can't. Tech wants indentured servants, not high-skilled workers. And Ron Filipowski retweeted, this is exactly what Musk wants. So when Ann Coulter and Ron Filipowski agree, we might be able to save America, folks, because maybe we realize that the division is coming from within, from a certain class of people, the class with money who want to buy everything. So let's get back to Trump for a second, because his legal woes are still woeing. He still has to pay E. Jean Carroll that $5 million in damages plus interest, I believe. A federal appeals court denied his request for a new trial. Speaking of trials, Luigi Mangione, yes, I am an Italian-American from New York. That's how I pronounce it. Luigi Mangione, accused of murdering United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson, has been charged with terrorism. This unusual application of the law aims to send a strong message against violence because they don't want copycat crimes, but they didn't call the January 6ers domestic terrorists and charge them with terrorism, and they don't ever charge anyone who commits a mass shooting with terrorism. So it just, again, says to me the whole class war thing is revving up. Speaking of which, Kyrsten Sinema is under scrutiny for allegedly misusing over $100,000 in campaign funds for personal travel expenses. So let's see how that plays out, because she is no longer running for office. You are not supposed to use those funds. And speaking of money, a woman in Florida, a pregnant woman in Florida, was stabbed 14 times by a pizza delivery driver over a $2 tip. The woman who delivered the pizza and got the $2 tip was upset and went back to the room with another man later on, forced their way into the room and stabbed her while the 5-year-old was watching. So the world is insane. If someone can only give you a $2 tip, take it. Don't stab them. Now you're in jail. Smart move, girl. And that is the fresh hell for this day, December 30th, 2024. I am the Gothic Rose. Thank you for joining me in the den.